Around 4 this morning, a Hampton police officer stands guard. Crime scene tape blocks off a home on Hurst Drive. Police investigate a violent home invasion, knocking on doors, asking neighbors for clues.
It's a very sobering experience.
Police say the call originally came in as a shooting around 2:30. They later found out a man was stabbed multiple times, another assaulted. Families say one victim was a great-grandson, the other an 84-year-old grandfather. He's well known among neighbors.
The house next to it, he bought and tore that thing down to the studs, man, and is redoing the whole house just because his granddaughter had a baby and he's going to let her live in the house.
Police say it started when 2 suspects broke in and assaulted one man. That's when the other victim woke up, stepped in to protect his family member. Then police say both the suspects ran away.
I talked to the old guy a lot, and he said that he'd had a home invasion there before, and they broke in and stole some jewelry.
There are clear signs posted on the home, warding off any unwanted visitors. At the time of the break-in, family says an elderly woman was also inside the home. She wasn't hurt. We know at least one victim's injuries are not life-threatening. Neighbors say it's all a wake-up call to keep an eye out.
When it happens right here in your neighborhood and it's right across the street, then I mean, it'll make you wake up, man, and like realize, man, life is important, man.
Neighbors say there are surveillance cameras along this house, so they hope these suspects are caught. If you have any information, you're asked to call Hampton Police. Reporting in Hampton, Stephen Graves, 13 News Now.